The autumn wind carried leaves through the abandoned shrine as I climbed the stone steps, camera in hand. I'd heard rumors about this place, whispers of fox spirits and strange lights at dusk. As a photographer chasing urban legends for my blog, I couldn't resist. That's when I saw her. She sat on the shrine's edge, silhouetted against the setting sun. Her russet hair caught the light like fire, and two triangular ears twitched atop her head. A bushy tail curled around her legs. My breath caught. She turned, amber eyes locking onto mine with predatory focus. "You shouldn't be here, human." Her voice was melodic but sharp, like wind chimes in a storm. I raised my hands, showing I meant no harm. "I'm just taking photos." I didn't mean to intrude. She studied me, head tilted. "You can see me clearly?" "Most humans just see shadows." "I see you perfectly," I whispered, stepping closer. She was breathtaking, features delicate yet wild, wearing a flowing white dress that seemed to shimmer. "My name's Kai," I offered. "What's yours?" "Akira." She stood gracefully, tail swishing. "And you need to leave before dark. This isn't a safe place for your kind." But curiosity won out. I noticed her favoring one leg. "You're hurt." "It's nothing." She turned away, but I caught the wince. "Please let me help. I have a first aid kit in my bag." After a long moment, she nodded reluctantly. As I approached, cleaning supplies ready, she settled on a stone bench. Her leg bore a nasty gash, probably from the rusted shrine gates. My hands trembled as I cleaned the wound. Her skin was warmer than human, almost feverish. She watched me with those unreadable eyes, muscles tense. "This might sting," I warned, applying antiseptic. She didn't flinch, but her ears flattened. As I worked, my hand slipped on the bottle's cap, the sharp metal edge slicing my palm open. Blood welled immediately, dark and rich. I cursed, reaching for gauze, but froze when I heard her sharp intake of breath. Akira's entire body had gone rigid, eyes fixed on my bleeding hand. Her pupils dilated, almost completely black now. Her lips parted slightly, revealing elongated canines that definitely weren't human. "You need to go," she said, voice strained. "Now." But something held me in place, fascination, maybe foolishness. A drop of my blood fell onto the stone between us. The change was instant. She lunged forward, grabbing my wrist with supernatural speed. "What are you doing?" she hissed, but her gaze never left the crimson trail running down my fingers. "I'm not afraid," I heard myself say, though my heart hammered wildly. Her eyes met mine, conflicted and hungry. "You should be." The last rays of sunlight faded, and the world shifted into twilight. Something ancient stirred in the air between us, a pull I couldn't name or resist. Akira's grip on my wrist tightened, claws extending slightly. Her breathing came ragged, chest rising and falling rapidly. The rational part of my brain screamed to run, but a deeper instinct kept me frozen. Not from fear, but anticipation. "Your blood," she whispered hoarsely. "It smells like lightning before a storm. Like magic." Before I could respond, she brought my bleeding palm closer to her face. Her warm breath ghosted over the wound, making me shiver. Those amber eyes flickered up to meet mine one last time, asking silent permission. I nodded. Her tongue touched the cut, gentle at first. The sensation shot through me like electricity, nothing like the clinical sting I'd expected. Heat bloomed from the contact point, spreading up my arm and into my chest. My knees weakened. Akira moaned softly against my skin, her ears perking forward. She pressed her lips more firmly to the wound, drawing deeper. Each pull sent waves of pleasure-pain rippling through my body, intimate and overwhelming. "Akira," I gasped, my free hand instinctively finding her shoulder for balance. She pulled back with visible effort, lips stained crimson. Her pupils were completely blown now, almost drowning out the amber. "I'm sorry I couldn't," she stopped, looking down at her hands. "What did you do to me?" "What do you mean?" She flexed her previously injured leg. The gash had closed completely, leaving only smooth skin. "Your blood, it healed me instantly." "That's impossible." We stared at each other in shock. The air between us crackled with new awareness. Without thinking, I reached up and wiped the blood from her lower lip with my thumb. She caught my hand, holding it against her cheek. "I've lived for 2 centuries, she said quietly. "I've tasted animal blood, spirit essence, even other supernatural beings. But never anything like you." Her eyes searched mine. "What are you, Kai?" "Just human, as far as I know." "No." She leaned closer, inhaling deeply near my neck. "There's something else. Something dormant." Her lips brushed my pulse point, and I shuddered. "May I?" The The question hung heavy between us. I knew what she was asking, for more than just blood but true connection. Permission to explore this strange magnetism pulling us together. Yes, I breathed. Her fangs pierced my neck with surprising gentleness. The sensation was transcendent, pleasure so intense it bordered on spiritual. My hands tangled in her hair, pulling her closer as she drank. Her tail wrapped around my waist, anchoring us together. Images flashed through my mind. Ancient forests, moonlit hunts, the feeling of running on four legs. Were these her memories? Our bodies pressed together, hearts synchronizing their rhythm. When she finally pulled away, we were both trembling. A thin line of my blood connected us still, luminescent in the growing darkness. We're bonded now, she whispered against my lips. Do you understand what that means? Show me. Akira led me deeper into the shrine, past torii gates glowing faintly with spiritual energy. The bond between us hummed like a living thing, pulling us forward. My blood sang in my veins, changed somehow by her touch. We reached an inner chamber lit by floating orbs of foxfire. Tatama mats covered the floor, and moonlight streamed through breaks in the ancient roof. She turned to face me, vulnerability flickering across her features. The bond works both ways, she explained, slowly untying her obi. When a fox spirit shares blood with their true match, both are transformed. I can feel your heartbeat now, your emotions. Her dress slipped from her shoulders, revealing pale skin that seemed to glow. Can you feel mine? I concentrated, and suddenly, yes. A rush of sensation flooded me. Her nervous excitement, her desire, her fear of hope after centuries of loneliness. It overwhelmed and exhilarated me. I feel everything, I whispered, stepping closer. My hands found her waist, skin burning under my touch. You've been alone for so long. She nodded, ears drooping slightly. Fox spirits mate for life. I thought I'd never find. She trailed off as I kissed her, swallowing her words. The kiss ignited something primal. We sank onto the mats together, a tangle of limbs and desperate touches. Her claws raked gently down my back as I kissed her neck, tasting the supernatural sweetness of her skin. She arched beneath me, tail wrapping possessively around my leg. Kai, she moaned as my hands explored her curves, learning every dip and valley. I need you to understand. Once we complete this bond, we're linked forever. You'll gain some of my abilities, and I'll be bound to you for eternity. I pulled back enough to meet her eyes. Forever sounds perfect. Her expression softened with such love it made my chest ache. She pulled me back down, fingers working at my clothes with supernatural speed. Cool air hit my skin, followed immediately by her warmth as she pressed against me. Our coupling was both tender and fierce, an ancient ritual and a very human need. As we moved together, I felt power building between us. My blood sang with new energy. Akira's form flickered, becoming more fox-like, then returning to human. Her pleasure echoed through the bond, amplifying mine until I couldn't tell where I ended and she began. When we finally crested together, light exploded around us. The foxfire orbs burst into brilliant flames that didn't burn. Magic poured into me, remaking me from the inside out. I collapsed beside her, both of us gasping. She traced patterns on my chest, and I noticed faint markings appearing on my skin, swirling designs that matched hers. What happened to me? I asked, though somehow I already knew. You're awakening, she said simply. The spirit blood that's been sleeping in your lineage for generations. My bond called it forth. Morning light found us still intertwined, though I'd barely slept. Every sensation felt heightened, the softness of the mats beneath us, the whisper of wind through broken walls, Akira's steady breathing against my chest. Most striking were the sounds. I could hear foxes chattering in the forest below, birds taking flight miles away. Your senses are adapting, Akira murmured, stretching languidly beside me. How do you feel? Different. Powerful. I sat up, examining the silver markings now permanently etched into my forearms. They pulsed faintly with inner light. Tell me about my bloodline. You said it was sleeping. She pulled her dress back on, becoming more serious. Centuries ago, some humans formed contracts with fox spirits, protection in exchange for sanctuary. Over generations, their descendants carried dormant spiritual power. Her fingers traced my markings lovingly. You're one of them. That's why your blood affected me so strongly, why it healed me. And now you're awakened. You'll age slowly like me, gain enhanced abilities, maybe even transform eventually. She smiled mischievously. Want to test them? We spent the morning exploring my new capabilities. I could leap impossible heights, my reflexes were lightning fast, and most thrilling, I could see the spiritual world overlaying the physical. Threads of energy connected all living things, but the bond between Akira and me blazed like molten gold. "There's one more thing," she said as we rested near the shrine's fountain. "You'll develop a taste for certain energies. Not necessarily blood, but life force. It's manageable, especially now that we're bonded, we can sustain each other." She demonstrated, pressing her lips to my wrist. Instead of drinking blood, she drew something subtler, a pleasant warmth that left me energized rather than drained. When I tried the same on her, she gasped and pulled me into a heated kiss. "Careful," she laughed against my lips. "That's intoxicating." We were interrupted by approaching footsteps. Akira tensed, positioning herself protectively in front of me. A man emerged from the trees, tall, with silver hair despite looking young. His eyes held the same otherworldly quality as Akira's. "So it's true," he said coldly, glaring at me. "You've bonded with a human, Akira? Have you learned nothing?" "Tomo." Her voice turned icy. "Leave. This isn't your concern. It is when you shame our kind." He stepped closer, power radiating from him. "Humans are beneath us. They use and discard our people. Your mother. Don't you dare mention her." Akira snarled, fangs bared. Her tail lashed dangerously. I stepped beside her, instinct overriding caution. "She's not yours to control." Tomo's eyes narrowed, assessing me. "Awakened blood. Interesting." His smile turned predatory. "But untrained. You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into, boy. The spirit world doesn't look kindly on mixed bonds anymore, not after what humans did during the war." "What war?" I demanded, but Akira's pained expression told me this was deeper than I'd imagined. "Tomo circled us like a predator. 80 years ago, humans discovered how to trap and exploit fox spirits, stealing our power, selling our blood to the highest bidder. Akira's own mother was captured and nearly killed before we rescued her." His expression darkened. "And still, she chooses one of them." The weight of his words settled over me. Through our bond, I felt Akira's old pain, memories of her mother's screams, the scars that never fully healed. My chest tightened. "Kai isn't like that," Akira said firmly, though her voice wavered. "His bloodline protected spirits. They were our allies." "Were," Tomo emphasized. "How do you know he won't betray you when the council comes? When they demand he choose between your life and his comfortable human world?" "The council?" I looked between them. Akira took my hand. "The Spirit Council governs all supernatural beings. They've forbidden human spirit bonds since the war. When they discover us, they'll demand we break the bond or face exile from both worlds." "Both worlds?" My blood ran cold. "You're part of the spirit world now," Tomo explained, almost gently. "But not fully accepted. Not human enough for one side, too human for the other. You'll belong nowhere." The reality crashed over me. I looked at Akira, beautiful, fierce mine, and felt the bond between us pulsing with shared life. Could I really give this up? Give her up? "There's a way," she whispered, reading my thoughts. "We could run, live in the boundary spaces between worlds, make our own sanctuary." Her eyes met mine, desperate and hopeful. "Or I can break the bond. You'd return to being mostly human, keep some abilities, but lose this connection." "Lose us?" Tomo scoffed. "You'd give up everything for him? Your status, your family, your immortality? The bond costs you more than him." "That's my choice to make," Akira snapped. I cupped her face gently. Through our connection, I felt her love, her fear, her determination. She'd sacrifice everything without hesitation. Could I do any less? "We run," I said firmly. "Together. I don't care about the council or acceptance. I care about you." Tomo shook his head. "Foolish. Both of you." But something softened in his expression. "You remind me of my own bonded, before she." He didn't finish. "If you're determined, head north. There's a settlement of others like you, mixed bonds, refugees. They'll help." Akira hugged me tightly. "Are you absolutely sure? This won't be easy." I kissed her, pouring every ounce of certainty through our bond. I've never been more sure of anything. As we gathered our few belongings, I took one last look at the shrine where everything changed. My old life was gone, but ahead lay something extraordinary, dangerous, uncertain, but ours. Together, we ran into the forest, two souls bound by blood and choice, ready to forge our own destiny in the spaces between worlds.